Hello, Earthlings. I am person Raphael. I am human, and I'm here with my fellow brethren, also a person, and his name is Marcus. Say hello, Marcus.
I don't know why you have to make sure that you classify that we're humans. Like, I don't think people out there had any question that we were human beings. But if
Yes,
you did,
we are humans. That's right. That's correct, Marcus.
we are not AI fakes. We are not
Nope.
deep fakes.
We love people.
I brought that up because I know tonight on 60 Minutes, they're supposedly talking about the whole deep fake
It's getting crazy.
bad thing. And I find it kind of scary if you think about it.
It's getting
like,
crazy. Yeah, I feel like you can't now. Anybody can impersonate you. They can deep fake everything now. It's getting good.
Oh.
It's getting really cool. But then at the same time, that means it can immortalize these awesome actors, and then we'll get like action movies with classic people. Classic actors. You don't
Yeah.
want to see that?
I remember the conversation around especially when Star Wars Rogue One came out. Remember that they
Yeah.
that they did that kind of thing with a couple of the actors from Star Wars Episode 4 in there. Especially, spoiler alert, they threw in Princess Leia there at the very end of it.
Oh,
But
yeah, that was cool.
So I can understand how cool that is to be able to do that. And if you've got somebody that can really impersonate their mannerisms and their voice, that is also really interesting and really cool. But I can see some people's argument is that it sort of takes away from the magic of that actor, because it's like, oh, well, now somebody can just impersonate him. So it's like,
Dude, how many movies they've de-aged actors? I feel like that's the thing now, de-aging actors.
that is also true. Yes.
Right? So it's technically a deep fake.
Marvel
Dude.
Marvel is notorious for it. I saw the funniest meme too. It said it had a grid of six instances. It was like which de-aging was the best, and it showed like Howard Stark and Stan Lee and all that. And then they has that scene in Endgame when they're first trying out time travel, and Scott Lang is the Ant-Man he comes back a baby.
Oh yeah, that was the best one.
That's the best de-aging right there. Absolutely.
Oh dude. So how you been, man? How you been, Marcus? What's going on in your life?
Things are going okay, I guess. I'm on the hunt for a new job that I think is going to pan out pretty well, as far as like me actually getting it. So and I find it's, especially when you're in your 30s, it's dangerous, not dangerous, that's not the word I'm looking for. It's scary to well, it's also dangerous, but it's also scary to go out and start a whole new career path.
Oh
you
yeah.
know?
Oh yeah.
So
I'm there with you.
yeah, so we're both out here trying to do that. And so I have an interview coming up that will hopefully solidify it. And then I had something else that I was gonna maybe try, but I don't want to say it out loud because I don't want to jinx it. But if for some reason that pops up and I end up working at that other place instead, I will definitely let you all know.
Please do so. I'm the same way, dude. I don't know if I should continue the path I'm going or try another skill. And it's like you said, we're in our 30s. Dude, I feel so old saying that.
You said try a new skill. Does that mean you're gonna try to learn the 5-point palm exploding heart technique?
Oh, that would be dope, yo. I would love to do that. I wish I could do that. Martial arts is not no, I can't. Dude, I can't even do normal parkour. I'll hurt my back. I'll be like that episode of was it The Office?
Yeah, just parkouring everywhere.
Just parkouring everywhere and getting hurt. That'll be me.
So besides the job hunt, I got my PC back, the one that I'd gotten built for me, and then I had all these problems with.
Ooh, is it working?
So far, I plugged it in today, and it has not crashed on me or anything like that. So they told me it was a bad CPU that was in it. So they swapped that out for me for free, and they tested it real well and sent it back to me. So
damn, you waited for a while though.
I know. It feels weird to actually have it available now. So I can't really say I like super stress tested it today, but I did play a few rounds of Apex on it, and I played some Destiny on it, and it seemed to be going just fine. It's been lasting longer than it did when I first got it. So
oh yeah. How long did it last the first time?
I plugged it up and I was able to play on it for maybe like an hour or two before it started having problems. So far everything's good.
Knock
I've
on
got
wood.
yeah, I've got a bunch of monitors up so that I can watch the temperatures and the CPU load and all that stuff. So
Fancy.
so far it seems to be going good. And then as far as what I've been playing, I've been all over the place. I think since the last time we recorded, I told everybody that I was going to be trying out New World.
How was it?
It's been, I don't want to call it a roller coaster, but it's been kind of an interesting experience. I'm not used to MMOs. Just disclaimer, I don't play MMOs. I've always been a single player, or like the most in a group. If you don't count like Battlefield multiplayers that are like huge team battles, you know,
Yeah.
the most as far as like a coordinated multiplayer experience that I've ever done is Division 2 raids, which are eight person raids, right? And then, you know,
Yeah, but
as
it's like
well,
a shooter though. That's technically still kind of like somewhat of a shooter.
right?
This is like a sci-fi kind of like WoW, right? World of Warcraft.
Yeah,
Style.
this is New World is a fantasy MMO set on this island that everybody crashes onto. And the idea behind it is that you are doing some single player stuff if you want, but you're joining a faction. There's one of three factions in the game. And then of course if you want to squad up with your friends and join what like create what's called a company, it's like a guild essentially. But
Cool.
essentially when you're not doing like single player stuff or you're not running dungeons, in whatever server you've picked to play in, you are in a faction of one of three different factions, and it's a territory grab essentially. So you're getting resources, you're getting money so that you can buy territories that maybe weren't taken by somebody else. If they are taken by somebody else, you are doing faction missions in that area to kind of skew the territory control meter towards you up to a certain point, where then you declare a war on that other faction, and then you go to these big wars, and if you win, then you wrestle control from the other faction. And the advantages to holding a territory in your faction is that you can set your faction can like earn money from that area, so you can set the tax rate for things to be done, because it costs.
It's too complicated.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a whole economy that's built into all this. Okay, so long story short, I was doing okay the first couple of days. Right, I was by myself. I'm very methodical in my gameplay of games like this. Like I want to be left alone.
Solo.
Yeah, I want to be left alone and all that stuff. The first day that I was in it, I decided that I was not going to be as into it as I thought. So I bowed out gracefully from the company that I had already joined, because they were going to be a really large company that they were going to do a lot of stuff with. And it's people that I know. It's just I sent a couple DMs out and I was like, hey, this isn't really what I thought it was going to be. I'm going to just bow out now so that I'm not being a freeloader, essentially, you know?
Yeah.
And I've got a very close friend who he lives literally like 10-15 minutes away from me, and he started a small company that I joined, and it was going to do it. And then I was still fine until he was like, hey, we're going to do some of this PvP faction stuff tonight. And the whole time I felt like I was just being dragged along, and I just had no idea what was going on. And it, you know, it's kind of like joining, like, it's like if you have to transfer high schools like halfway through the semester and you have no idea who anybody is. That's how I felt. I was just like running around doing whatever, and I was like, man, I got to take a break from this. I don't know what I'm doing.
You were just there.
Yeah,
you were just there.
So
did they learn the game enough to tell you what to do? Were they that type of faction? Like, all right, we're gonna do this and that.
Well, my
Marcus,
friend,
we're gonna need you over here.
Yeah, well, my friend, he's very good about telling me what to do. Like, he never once felt like ever made me feel like he was gatekeeping or anything like that.
Okay.
The thing that I think what this boils down to is that there have been so many alphas and betas of this game that let you really stretch out the game to where everybody was getting to max level in these betas. So everybody had this like game plan from day one. Like, this is what we're going to do. Exactly. And like everybody, and for those of us who didn't play the betas, we're kind of figuring all this out on our own. And I'm not the kind of person that watches a lot of YouTube videos for like intro guides and that kind of thing. Like, I've been playing Destiny for 7 years. I barely watch any Destiny videos that are like, this is what you need to do.
Stuff.
Well,
just shoot and go.
I mean, there's a lot to really work on in Destiny. It's just my thing, and you could chalk this up to maybe some pride on my part, but like if I can't figure it out on my own, then I feel like that's a problem that I have that I need to work on. I'm not going to go to a YouTube video to try to figure stuff out. And that's not a jab on anybody that does that. That content and those resources are out there for a very good reason. You should definitely use those. I just maybe am stubborn and I just like to try to figure something out on my own. It's like, okay, these two things work well together. I should do that, that kind of thing. So
I got
but to wrap this all up, I'm still in New World. I haven't deleted it or anything.
No. What?
I
did still giving it a chance?
I am. I started a fresh character though. So I'm just gonna do it again real slow. I told my friend, hey, I'll still be in your company and I'll still contribute when I can, but you gotta let me just kind of do this my way.
Yeah, you have a rogue character just to play around with to get yourself familiarized before you start working with the other character, right? That's what you're trying to do somewhat.
Yeah.
Or you're just trying. Yeah, because that way you're not committed with anyone. This is a solo character for you to just try out the game and have fun. Because I'm the same way when I play games that are multiplayer. I prefer to learn the game mostly myself before I join a group. That way I don't have to be told on what to do or how to do it. But in our cases, we're just jumping in a bunch of games, and unfortunately, you've been touching these games before I touch them. So I end up being that guy. They'd be like, "What are we doing?"
Yeah,
and that's what happened to me when I played Apex. I was like, I don't know how to play Apex.
And there's a lot of other things that I want to play too. So there's no way that I can just devote all of my time and all of my streams to this game. So but
MMOs do that. No, we can't do that.
But yeah, I'll keep everybody up to date on my experiences with it. And I'm also trying to get back more into Destiny, like try to get on there more, somewhere around like the 3-day a week kind of thing. And I did just recently finally complete the single player campaign of Ghost of Tsushima last night.
About time. What you think?
It was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
All right. I'm gonna say spoiler alert right now. Okay, guys, spoiler alert. If you have not played it, there's something in the ending that I'm about to ask. So, Marcus, what did you choose? What was your choice at the end? I said spoiler.
I chose...
Did you... Let's play with words. Let's play with words, right? Let's do that. All right.
Okay.
Did you pick Samurai or you picked Ghost Path? I'm
Samurai. I picked Samurai.
You did?
I did.
Wow,
much to the shock of all my friends. Yeah, like everybody that was watching my stream, they're like, "No, I picked the other one." Yeah.
No, I picked Ghost because I'm no longer a samurai. I'm more than a samurai.
Yeah, I figured you did a lot of Ghost stuff in the game, and this was the one honorable thing that I could do to kind of round it all off. So
that is awesome. That's messed up, but that's awesome.
But I am trying to platinum the game, and I'm also trying to get all the other trophies that aren't involved with the platinum. But I do want to get all the other trophies as well. And there is
it's fun.
There is a trophy for beating it on New Game Plus. So I think when I run through the campaign again on New Game Plus, I can fly through it, because like if you just do the main story stuff, it doesn't really take you that long. It's all the extra stuff that adds hours to the game. But like if you do just the story missions, you can probably get through it in 10, 12 hours.
New Game Plus, when you play New Game Plus, there's more content, there's more outfits,
I heard about that, yeah. But like there's only two trophies tied to New Game Plus, and one of them is just to beat the game. So I think when I do get to the ending again, I'll pick the other one and we'll go from there. And then because like I had two different people in my stream tell me that either path is canon. Like they told me, oh, this one's canon, and then the other person said, no, I could have sworn this was the canon one. And I don't necessarily want to look it up right now until I see both, and I don't want to watch with the other one. So, but yeah.
Don't watch. Yeah, don't watch it. You experience it yourself. And that means we're gonna play this game multiplayer soon, correct?
That's not a bad idea.
Do I have to wait for you to play what was it? Beat the New Game Plus?
No. Now that I've beaten the game, the only other thing I have to do is the new DLC.
Okay.
And I need
to bonus. That's bonus.
Yeah, I have completely liberated all 3 main areas of the island. So and I've been good about like off stream cleaning the map up. So I have the top section left of just cleaning the map up, like all the question marks with all the side stuff, you know. But all the hard stuff is done. So I just need to do that, and then yes, I do need to get into some Legends. Maybe we can start doing that here soon on the podcast.
Yeah, we should do that like right now.
Like right. I'm not ready.
And let's just do half, and then the other half. Hey, welcome guys. We're playing Ghost of Tsushima now.
Welcome to the world's best Ghost of Tsushima podcast, right here.
What happened to Apex Legends? Oh no, I just got very dark. There's samurais, there's ghosts now. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, so maybe we'll start up Legends. Yeah, so I have a backlog, and we can discuss my backlog another time. But yeah, I've got other cool things to play. But what about you, man? What's up with your life? What have you been playing?
My back is killing me. I've been moving by myself this whole entire time, so I am just beat. But I got all the majority of my things out of here, and I still, like I said on the last podcast, I only kept my primary stuff, like my PS5, my Switch, and I did keep my Xbox One. Sadly, I don't have the Series X yet.
Okay.
So, but I still have my Xbox here with me, and of course, the PC. That's going to be the last thing to go. But other than that, man, I have been playing a game that came out recently, Metroid Dread. Super excited about Metroid Dread.
Yeah, I've been hearing good things about it.
Dude, took so long. Yoshio Sakamoto. This is the guy that the creator. This is gonna be pretty much the final story arc of the traditional side-scrolling Metroid. Now there is a chronological kind of like Metroid timeline, but it's confusing as hell, and it's so weird to. Just even Nintendo is notorious with this stuff, right? I feel like they just make the games like, where does this fall in storyline? They're like, it doesn't matter, it's fun, we'll figure it out later. But this one is apparently the last one of that saga. It's amazing so far. They fixed it. There was this other one that came out called Other M on a Nintendo Wii. I was very disappointed in the story arc. This was made by the people that made Ninja Gaiden. Metroid Other M was created by Team Ninja. The gameplay was fun. Was very different. It had this side-scrolling slash 3D kind of like first-person view, certain sections that played homage to the classic side-scroller and also Metroid Prime. Very good. But when it comes to the story, they made Samus Aran very weak. They made her very vulnerable. I didn't like that. I always thought she was badass the whole entire time. And then you play Metroid Dread, and she is so badass, dude. The cutscenes, she's so confident that she knows she is the shit, you know? And I loved it. I was like, yes, Nintendo. So the original Nintendo developers made it, and it made Samus the way I remember her. Fearless. Like, just the best bounty hunter out there in space. So very excited about it. I have not beaten it, but it's a very cool game, and I know you're not a Nintendo guy, so I'm just wasting my breath here because you never played any of the Metroids. Right? Wait, what was that? What were you gonna say?
I mean, I haven't really played them, correct? But I'm intrigued by them. But like, if I were gonna play any of them, I'd really want to play Metroid Prime.
I need to watch you play these games. There's got to be a way that you play these games, and I'm just like you're referee. I'm just listening to you, guiding you if you want to hear stuff, and we could be chit chatting because this is hurting me. You've missed out in so many epic Nintendo games.
I know.
Nothing to say.
I think if I can swing it, then this like sort of not a New Year's resolution, but something I want to start doing is because my Switch and my Xbox are all hooked up to the same TV, like. I want to force myself to like alternate. Like, okay, I have to work on an Xbox game this time. Okay, now I have to work on a Switch game this time, and just keep going back and forth.
You should do that. You should do that. I think that would be very good for you to keep up with what's going on out there because you're missing out in great games. Nintendo is amazing. They do a great job. They make it fun. Now they have some hit and misses, but Nintendo, they're very bold. They try new things, different things, and they like to play homage to classic gameplay too. This Metroid Dread really feels like Super Metroid. And again, you've never played Super Metroid, have you?
We don't need to talk about
Marcus. All right, Marcus.
We don't need to talk about
God damn it, Marcus.
it.
What have you? Oh my God, bro. Bro, you're killing me. All right. Let me switch. Let me change the subject then, real quick. You played Ring Fit Adventure, right?
Yes, I played some of that.
Ring Fit.
Yes.
Okay, remember that. Okay, I did play Ring Fit. Fuck that game.
Yeah, it's rough. That's a whole different type of fitness. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, this game is cute. Oh wow, they has some RPG elements into it. Oh what? I'm running. Oh yeah, you have the cardio. And then when I started doing all those moves, and me thinking, you know, I'm not physically fit, but I want to work out extra because I want to gain muscle and lose weight. I nearly killed myself, sir.
It's rough. It's super rough. Yeah.
You didn't tell me it was rough. I thought it was gonna be something cute.
Oh no. Oh, it's not cute. No.
All right. Well, when I say fuck that game, I mean it works, guys. It's a good game. It's very fun, very unique. It makes working out fun, but then it teeters to the dangerous area because you kind of want to beat the level.
Yes.
And you know you're dying, but you're like, I just gotta do just 2 or 3 more. Just it almost killed me. I played for like an hour and 20 minutes, and then I had to stop. But yeah, that was my week, man. I almost died. That was great. Oh shoot, that was freaking insane. But man, dude, you gotta play Nintendo games, man. I know I'm not a Nintendo guy.
You only tell me this maybe once or twice a session.
Only once or twice a session. This is bullshit, man.
I'm so sorry. You guys hear how he abuses me on this? Oh my goodness.
No, I'm just trying to be a good friend, okay? I'm playing everything for you guys. I'm trying everything. This is XP galore, not XP Sony PC. This is XP galore / Nintendo / Xbox / Sony / PC / VR. We're gonna do Oculus.
We are doing this?
Yeah, we're doing Oculus. I want to do Oculus or whatever you have. Do you have any VR devices?
I have a Oculus Quest that has not been touched since before I moved.
Ah, dude, all right, we're gonna have to go back to what's it called, Phasmophobia, and play it in VR.
Oh, okay. You're throwing a lot out there right now, okay?
No, it's that or play Nintendo games. You choose.
I will play all the Nintendo games before I play that goddamn game in VR.
Why not yet? Have you tried it yet though?
Not in VR. Phasmophobia, yes, but like not in VR. Nope.
Oh yeah, man, it's interesting. You should try VR. We should try it VR. It's fun. It amplifies the fear factor.
Fun, he says.
Dude.
Fun, he says.
Yeah. You know, it's statistically, it's been proven. You watching horror movies and stuff like that amps up your adrenaline in your body, and it helps you lose weight. I think we should do that. I think it'll be.
You heard it here first, guys. Here on XP Galore. How do you lose weight? You play scary games. That's it.
That's why my horror genre, dude. That's what I love. I love horror movies and horror games, and I was fit for a long time, but there haven't been any good games lately, so I got fat.
Sometimes I wonder if you're just making all of this up.
I kind of I think it's real. Okay. I don't want to look it up. Don't look it up, guys.
Okay.
It's real.
Well, other than breaking weight loss news, I don't really have any other news besides what our main topic of discussion is going to be this week. Nothing. The only other thing I saw that's popped up is that Rockstar finally quelled some rumors and officially announced a remaster of it's called their Trilogy, even though it's 3 Vice City and San Andreas, which is
not really. A trilogy is 3 games.
Yeah, it is a collection of games that they are remastering. So
yeah,
did you ever play any of those?
I played all of the classic ones. Yes, I played. I think San Andreas was the last one that I played. I tried to play part 4, and I lost interest because I didn't like Nico. He sounded like Shrek to me. and I
Odd
couldn't
thing
get
to
over him.
critique, but okay.
Dude, he sounded like Shrek. Go look it up, man. Sounds like Shrek. Shrek is cool though. I like Shrek, but it's just I can't murder people sounding like Shrek. It's weird.
I don't think I remember him sounding like Shrek, no, but
He sounds like Shrek, bro.
I played and finished 3 and 4. Oh, and I finished Vice City too. I did not finish San Andreas. That was a weird time in my PlayStation life where that was the time when they released those PS2 Slims, the ones that remember like certain games that you couldn't play on the original PS2s, you had to play them on the Slims.
Which one are those? I never knew this.
Yeah, so that was around the time the original God of War came out.
Okay.
And you had to have a PS2, like the thinner version, to play it. Something about how it read the disc. Like you could not put the original God of War into the original PS2 and it would read.
That's weird. I had them both, and I did play it on the slim version. But the problem I had with the slim, it heated up really fast, and it was really weird.
I think at that point, because that was when my PS2 was starting to get kind of weird, and and that's when I swapped over to original Xbox. So
back in it. So you played an Xbox, but you didn't play any GameCube games or.
I had a GameCube. I had a GameCube.
Wii U games?
No, I never owned a Wii.
Why not?
Because
too weird for you.
The Wii did not seem that it did not seem that exciting to me. It did not. It was
you son of a.
it was to me. It seemed like a downgrade. It seemed like a downgrade from what I was playing.
Well, what fun? You just don't like fun. You thought it was. You were probably one of those like I don't want to look like an idiot swinging the controller around.
It's kind of like if you grew up watching like HBO and then you got told that you had to start watching Nickelodeon. It's like
Nickelodeon's badass, motherfucker. You can't say that shit. Nickelodeon had great cartoons, and they still do sometimes.
This is not about me. This is not about me.
You're hurting my feelings, Marcus. You're hurting my feelings.
I will never make you happy, I guess. So
we gotta work on this. We gotta fix it. In order for this relationship to work, I think we're gonna have to meet up halfway. Like in the middle.
I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do about that. Anyways, so with all that out of the way, tonight's topic is sort of the big news that happened all this week, which was, and you didn't really know about this until like a day or two ago, right?
Yeah, I think I text you after the fact when I found out probably like a day after.
Yeah,
and I asked you because you're one of the streamers, you're a Twitch guy, so I was like, everything okay? And you're like, I don't want to talk to you right now. I'll just wait until.
Hang on, that's not what I said.
You said I don't have time for you.
It's not what I said. No,
I'm streaming.
I was
right
like,
now.
do you want? No, that's not what I said. Do you want to talk about it now, or do you want to wait till we record and we can talk about it like all together? And you said put it in the show notes.
That's true. Let's put it on the notes. And we forgot to mention one of the biggest news of all besides Twitch, Super Smash Brothers.
Oh, that's right.
Coincidentally, that's a Nintendo game. Did you know that? Yeah, we're going back.
I hate you. I hate you. Anyways, yes, real fast. Yes. You called it, as did many others. You did say, hey, what if they put Sora in the game?
A lot of people felt it was going to be Sora, but I thought it would have been too much money, too much of a hassle for them to put him there because he's technically tied into Disney. Even though Square Enix made the game, he's dealing with Disney characters. So I was like, that's not gonna happen.
I think he's more of a Square Enix than a Disney character. I think Square Enix owns the rights to him, so it probably wasn't as expensive as you might think.
And and that's what I was thinking too, and that's why I was like, there's hope. But then the Keyblade had the Mickey little, what we talked about.
Yeah.
It still has kind of like the Mickey Mouse logo on it, and then we were like, maybe he got it from Wish, and I think that's where he got that. that Keyblade is a Wish sword. It's not real.
It's a real.
But yeah,
thing.
dude, how did you feel about it? Tell me honestly, how did you feel? Because that was PlayStation. You played PlayStation, right? You're a Sony guy, right?
Yeah, and I watched I was at work when the announcement happened, but I watched a bunch of reaction videos on on Twitter, and it was extremely wholesome to see how excited people were. I found the video to be a little emotionally gripping. It was very exciting because, you know, the Sora comes out in all his glory. They're playing the original Kingdom Hearts theme song, simple and clean, the orchestral version, and it's really cool to see. It's kind of like just this instance of just pure wholesomeness that you love to see in video games, and I thought it was really cool. So
I thought the same thing. I was like, oh wow, this is the best character to leave off. This is the final DLC. So Sakurai Mr. Sakurai, you are an amazing man. You made everyone's wish come true. Not only just adding this final character, but just the whole franchise. It's still amazing. I can't believe he managed to gather so many different characters from so many different universes and put them in a fighting game that's super fun. And then I realized I don't care about Kingdom Hearts. So I just saw, it's like, huh, that's cool. And then it hit me. I had an epiphany. I'm like, this is exactly how Marcus feels when I get excited about Nintendo. He's like, huh, it's just, huh. And I'm like, oh, and it helped me reflect. So I just want to say I understand how you feel about when I get excited about Nintendo stuff, and you don't. All right, moving on. Now we're talking about Twitch. Go ahead.
You just had to drive the point home, didn't you? You just had to. Anyways, yes, our main topic of discussion tonight is earlier this week, it was reported and then confirmed that there was a massive leak. Somebody hacked into Twitch and released a bunch of information. The most notable, of course, is the payouts of pretty much everybody that's on the platform. It was like 8,000. Well, no, it's way more than 8,000. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people. But of course, you know, the focus obviously was on the highest earners. And so screenshots were shared out of the top 100 and how much they made. Both the two instances I've seen are pictures of their payouts from last month, and then their payouts cumulative as far back as August 2019 until now. And
is this like a troll thing, like somebody trying to like give them a hard time, or are they trying to give out
I think what it is
information?
Well, I think what it is, because it's not confirmed who did it, obviously, but I think what it is has to do with, because obviously Twitch has been under fire recently for their lack of protections, especially for marginalized creators. We've discussed that on the show here before.
Yeah, the bots and all that crap.
Yeah, the bots, the hate raids, the follow botting and all of that. And so I think in somebody's mind, they thought that this was a good jab at Twitch to show not only how insecure all of their servers and data centers are, but also to try to create as much transparency as possible.
So their solution to the problem is to make a bigger problem to get their attention?
I don't think it's as much as a solution to the problem as much as it is them just saying, hey, we can do this. And apparently it's been promised that there's more to come as far as leaks from Twitch and all that as well. Like, this is only like part one of all the information that was grabbed. So yeah, there are a couple of key takeaways I want to make sure that we kind of discuss here. First and foremost, it should definitely be said that we do not condone this kind of behavior, because it's one thing to try to create transparency and demand change within an organization, but to leak private and secure information about individuals out onto the internet is not okay.
It's not cool, man.
It's not cool. And as far as like the payouts that some of these top streamers have gotten, like, these are exact figures, but one could guesstimate how much the top streamers make, because if you just assume, just for mathematics sake, that any Twitch streamer on the platform is at least getting the 50-50 payout split that any Twitch streamer gets, which, if you're unaware of that, it means that for every $5 sub that a Twitch affiliate or a Twitch partner gets, if they're on the 50-50 split, it means that Twitch gets $2.50 of that and the streamer gets the other half, right? So a lot of these streamers, a lot of these, especially the top ones, they post how many subscribers they have. It's almost public knowledge. So if you essentially just do $2.50 times the number of subs that they have, you could guesstimate how much that they're making per month. That's not necessarily factoring in like ad revenue and bits that get donated to them, all stuff that is funneled through Twitch's platform. But you can make a guess. Yes, without going into specifics, there are at least 10 to 20 people on the platform that are millionaires because of Twitch.
A millionaire?
Yes, there was at least one or two that are over 5 million payout between August of 2019 until now.
I'm joining Twitch. Yep. Okay.
Okay. Well, let's talk about why that's a dangerous mindset.
Well, when they fix it.
Well,
you're in the inside.
It's not about that. So that's one of the things I did want to talk about. So yes, even though there are some people that are millionaires, they are like the 0.1% of people on Twitch that have done that. Okay. There is one very notable thing I do want to bring up with all this, but I want to save that for a few minutes from now. I want to get some of the smaller things out of the way first. First of all, if you do the math of like how many hours a streamer will put out there and then compare that to what their payout is, a lot of times streamers are making much less than minimum wage. If you break it down just to simple math, it's like a lot of us aren't making minimum wage for this.
You should have led with that. I don't want to join now.
It's a very common misconception, especially these kids that are watching people like Ninja and Shroud make all this money and they think I'm going to do that. Well, there's
not that easy.
And anybody can get out there and be successful. I think it's just it takes a lot of work. Probably a little luck, and you just gotta be super consistent, and it's mentally draining. It's emotionally draining. There's a lot to it, and there's a lot of people who try it out and they don't succeed. They don't even make enough to pay bills or that kind of thing. So yeah, this leak it just kind of confirmed that to a lot of people's eyes that for instance, like I found an article that the Washington Post did on this leak, and they brought out some decent information. One example was there's somebody that was like 8,000th on the list of that was leaked, like the 8,000th person on this list of Twitch payouts. Between August 2019 and now, their cumulative amount that they've been paid out from Twitch is like 30 grand. So if you divide that by 2, that means annually they make about 15 grand a year. Divide that by God knows how many hours they may have streamed. There's nobody in America that can make a living off of 15 grand.
No, unless that's side money, then that's kind of cool, but that's still a commitment. You gotta be streaming a lot. You don't know how long you've been streaming to make that money. And it's you're right. It takes effort.
It hammers home the point too that there's so much more to streaming than just the stream. There's streaming is not a one singular piece of pole or something. It's not like bottom to top. You're gonna get to the top by just doing the stream. It is a complicated web or a tree or whatever analogy you want to use of all these different things that you probably need to do in order to guarantee that you can make some sort of livable income if that's your goal. Because besides the streams, I mean, you need to be making. I'm not gonna say you need to be doing any of these things, but it's like recommended that you go out and you make YouTube content all the time, right? And it's also recommended that you're doing other forms of social media, including TikTok and Instagram and
to
Twitter.
Spread your word, to spread your
and it's also
you can't just do one thing. Well, you can, but it's
and it's also recommended to do to try to seek out sponsorships and partnerships with companies.
Correct.
To do all that. There's just so much to do, and an entrepreneurial spirited person would look at it as, that's multiple streams of income I'm going to start working on. But there's just a deep seated reality to it as well. It's like streaming is not just hitting the go live button and going. And it's not just like as soon as you sit in front of a camera, you're going to get hit with all this success and all these people are going to come watch you because they're interested in the game. You could be playing day one of Halo Infinite and it does not
be doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I going to be doing it? I haven't decided yet, but you could be doing that and there's still absolutely 0% guarantee that you will get more than 1 or 2 viewers on that. Just so there's just so much to being a streamer that I think even I knew that like there's a lot to it, and I still have learned that I didn't know half of what really needed to go into it. And there are so many people that I think that are out there that think that streaming is easy because you're not working with your hands or you're not sitting at a desk from 9 to 5. It's like, oh, you're making money playing video games. That's super cool.
It sounds amazing. It does sound amazing, but we painted it to be some miraculous job, that the perfect job. Now, it could be fun, but it does take effort. You can't just sit there and be like, hey, somebody's going to watch me play a video game. I'm going to be silly and I'm just going to read this and interact with the viewers. It's not always that simple. You know,
it's not. Yeah.
You can get lucky, but it still takes effort. It's still time of your life of you sitting there streaming something, playing a game. And I'm the type of person that I will not watch you play a game that I haven't experienced myself because I don't like spoilers. Mm-hmm. So I would rather play the game myself and then experience it myself. Like what you said about the Halo Infinite day one. I would not watch that. Because I'll be day one playing Halo myself, right? You wouldn't want that spoiled for you unless you're super desperate. You can't afford the game for some reason, and you still want to see the story. You want to see your favorite streamer play it. That's cool. There's people out there that are like that. I'm not saying it's a wrong way to do it, but I don't understand it. That's why I'm not in that universe. Now I see. Marcus, I've seen you stream, and I have fun watching you stream too, because I'm learning while I'm watching you that it's all about having fun. You give out information, you talk about life, you talk about things that's going on, companies that purchase companies, video game companies, which is great. So you're not just sitting there watching somebody mindlessly shoot someone else in a first-person shooter. You get a character, you get someone, you get attached to that person streaming. And I get that because that's how they get big. Mm-hmm. But everyone has a different personality. Be yourself. And I feel like people that jump on Twitch, they want to mimic someone that's already big. They start acting silly, but is that really their personality? I don't know. I really don't.
Yeah, and there's
it's a mess.
And there's people that have talked about how it just feels like there's a lot of people that have to act a certain way when they're in front of the camera, and they find that to be, disingenuine and fake. And there's a part of me that can agree with that, and another part that thinks that, hey, if you kind of treat Twitch like a business, I mean, you can't go to your job and just 100% be yourself all the time, right? So
I just pictured myself waking up with bed hair, going to work and looking miserable and just staring at people, and they'd be like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I'm tired.
Yeah, exactly.
There should be a streamer. I hope there's a streamer out there. Go ahead and do that. I'll watch you. That's fine.
I'm sure there probably are. Yeah. But the other big thing that came from all this too, and I find this is the one that I'm seeing a lot of conversations around, and it's a very important conversation to have because it kind of ties back into the problems that Twitch has been sort of exhibiting for a while now, and it's their lack of diversity in many forms on the platform. So just from a gender perspective, out of the top 100 streamers that made money on Twitch, because that based off this information that was leaked, 3 of them were female.
Really?
Yeah. 97 of the top 100 most paid streamers on Twitch are male. So,
really?
Yeah,
that surprised me. That surprised me.
Yeah, because it points to potential problems with discoverability on the platform, and if you've been in Twitch for a while, discoverability is extremely hard on the platform. It's hard to just get your name out there. Twitch has a front page feature that sometimes caters itself based off of how your view, how like who you watch, especially if you're signed in. But if you're not signed in, if you just go onto Twitch's front page, like I would venture a guess to say that it's pretty generic looking on there, and not just from a male to female ratio. I don't know the math behind it, but I don't think that a lot of the creators in that top 100 were either people of color or people in the LGBTQIA community. And of course, like I said, I don't know the numbers behind it, but I would be willing to bet that there isn't. It would be a small percentage of those, if anything. So
I'm gonna have to start logging in and seeing this, because I'm not a Twitch guy, so I want to learn this. I really want to see what's going on, because if I do Twitch, it's just to watch technically you play or just one more other person. That's it.
Yeah, so that's another big thing that came to light because of this too, is just the fact that it just seems like all these people that are getting paid all this money, it seems to kind of fall into a very specific category of individual. And I would be remiss if I didn't at least say that it's not necessarily 100% on the streamer's fault. It's not really their fault that they're that high on the list. It's not like they're out there unless they're out there intentionally putting down other content creators to make themselves get ahead. That would be obviously bad, but for the most part, it's just kind of how the platform seems to be. And it's one of the main conversations that a lot of marginalized creators have been having for years now, as one of their grievances with the platform. And I agree. I mean, it's definitely a problem. I don't have a solution to it. Like there are much smarter people or many other streamers out there, content creators, that have experienced it more upfront and in their face than I have. Like, yeah, because I'm gonna be honest, like I'm literally not oppressed at all when it comes to like my demographic on Twitch, right? Like I'm a white male on Twitch. So that means I 9 times out of 10 am not gonna have any problems with it. And I'm not saying that as a brag. I'm saying that because I'm literally the demographic that is the least affected.
I should go in and try. That's what I hear.
I
should go in and try.
If anything, just to kind of check it out. But so with all that being said, I have to try to always make sure that instead of having hard opinions about this kind of thing, it's more important for me to take a step back and to try to listen to others who are being affected by this, because their struggle and their argument and perspective is much more important and needs to be heard a lot more than some white dude that's on Twitch that has an opinion on it, right? So that's the way I look at it.
I have so many questions about Twitch, and it's just take the whole night. But I wish the community would be more helping, like tie-ins, like, you collaborate with someone just to have them be recognized with the diversity, like, you're streaming yours and you'd be like, hey, check this person out too. But at the same time, I don't know how it works, because I know you want viewers as well, and then you don't want to lose viewers. So to me, it always seems to be like some sort of like weird competition on trying to get views. Again, I don't know. I don't understand Twitch, so I'm just spitting out shit out of my mouth.
The one piece of advice I see a lot of people give, and I think without us trying to be out here giving Twitch advice, this is the one thing that I say can be a pretty consistently good piece of advice if you ever want to pursue content creation in any form, is that people eventually will snuff out anybody who is fake or molds themselves in a way to try to make themselves seem more appealing. It's better for you to go at it and be genuine, be yourself, and not try to get ahead at the expense of somebody else. If you can follow those little tenets, a lot of times you're going to stand out and you're going to be able to stick around a lot longer than somebody who is like, I'm going to be the best Valorant streamer, and fuck anybody else who's going to come up against me. And we're always going to make sure that I'm the number one topic of conversation and all that stuff. It's not a good way to do your business model. I'll just say it that way.
That's true. That sounds exhausting.
It's very exhausting. So
yeah, you just want to just be number one and watching your back all the time. Nah, that's not for me. Nope. I don't know how you do it, man. Congratulations.
Thanks. I spend a lot of time struggling and doubting myself sometimes, and also trying to figure out things that I can do to swallow my own pride and learn from others and try to make myself better. And it's not easy, and I'm not saying I'm even good at it, but it is what it is.
That is why you'll be perfect for TikTok.
Nope. All right. We've had this conversation. I forgot. Yeah.
We'll get you to do something.
One of these days.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do. You're gonna send it to me too. I want to laugh.
Okay. I will do that. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much all we wanted to talk about tonight. I know it was something that's been on the minds of a lot of people, and so I figured it would be a good time for us to sit and chit chat about it. And I hope that I was able to kind of get enough reliable information out. But if you guys have any questions about it or have any thoughts on the matter, feel free to let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear from you, as always.
And everyone, if you want Marcus to start playing Nintendo games, please voice your concerns.
Does not matter in the conversation right now.
That's guys.
We're not discussing that right now.
XP galore. You know, we explore everything, especially Nintendo. And we go back. If you miss out games, that's the rule. You have to go back and experience it.
That's exhausting, but okay.
Nah, you got this, man. I did Mass Effect. You'll be fine. They'll probably make a remake somewhere.
You did do Mass Effect. That is true. Well, if you want to catch all of our content and episodes, please make sure that you're following us on Twitter and on Instagram, also on TikTok, and we do our best to post the audio versions of our episodes on Buzzsprout as well. So make sure you check out all of those. And yeah, we love y'all's support, and we love y'all talking to us. So please keep up the good work. That's it from me.
All right, everyone. I am Rafael, and that human person over there, his name is Marcus, aka Ginger of the Thrust. It's not Ginger of the Thrust. It's Ginger Thrust.
Just Ginger Thrust, but okay.
It's Thrust of Ginger. I love that name, man. It's so cool.
I'm glad you
but
like
I can't.
it.
If I flip it doesn't sound right. But guys, thank you so much. We're gonna be doing more of this stuff here. We're gonna be chatting. We're gonna be talking. We're gonna be reminiscing, and we're gonna get Marcus to play Nintendo. Love you guys. You have a great night, great day, great evening, whatever it is. Look outside. That's what it is. Have a great one of those. All right.
Bye.